Hello and welcome everyone to the Genbox webinar. I want to start by thanking you for attending and give you a brief outline of our agenda today. Firstly, I'll cover off our background because when I first started trading Forex, I sought out experienced traders to learn from, and unfortunately, I was scammed by a so-called Forex educator who was operating out of Canary Wharf in London. This is why I strongly believe in transparency and credibility when it comes to trading. Next, I'll discuss exactly what we believe it takes to be a successful trader. Then I'll cover off what is Genbox and how it empowers you to be a successful trader. And lastly, I'll discuss our pricing and present a special offer for our webinar attendees, so please do stick around to the end. So, who am I and what is my background? Well, my name is Robert Isaac Cleave, but having Robert as a first name is a family tradition, so please call me Isaac. My journey into trading started at the tender age of 16 when a retired neighbor introduced me to investing in stocks on the New Zealand Stock Exchange. This got me interested in finance, and I spent the next 5 years in higher education. And in my final year at the University of Auckland, I landed a job as an investment banking analyst. So I did that for a while, and then I moved to Wellington to work as a finance and economics consultant, where clients included the World Bank and the IMF, large utility corporations, as well as branches of the Japanese and New Zealand governments. So while I enjoyed this work, I really wanted to work in portfolio management. And so I made the physical and career move from New Zealand to the United Kingdom to start working for a discretionary portfolio manager. And this later led to me working as a retail financial advisor. Now, for those of you not familiar with the financial regulator in the UK, it's called the Financial Conduct Authority, or FCA for short. And if any of you are inclined, you can look me up on the FCA register. The FCA does extensive background checking before authorizing anyone. So I hope this gives you some comfort that I have a legitimate background as a financial professional. Moving along though, let's be fair, my professional background is not as important as my trading background. So I started trading stocks and options on the Australian Stock Exchange in 2007 because frankly, the New Zealand Stock Exchange at that time was a bit of a joke in terms of liquidity and options contracts. Believe it or not, in those days, I used newspapers, annual reports, and Excel as research tools. And I phoned my broker to place trades because the internet wasn't that good in New Zealand back then. So we've come a long way since then. When I moved to the UK for the discretionary portfolio manager's job, the time difference between the UK and Australia was too much. And I'm happy to report that I eventually cashed out of my Australian brokerage account with a healthy profit and frankly survived the 2008 crash. However, I look back at what I did and what I know now and consider myself lucky in that first cycle. And I think my trading at that time wasn't particularly clever. Anyhow, I don't know the companies on the London Stock Exchange as well as I knew the companies on the Australian Stock Exchange. But because I was already familiar with multiple currencies and I had a background in economics, I thought Forex could be a good fit. And in 2009, I started trading Forex. Fast forward a few years later, and in 2013, I moved from manual trading and because I was fortunate enough to learn under an ex-Morgan Stanley quant, and that's how I learned algorithmic trading. So the entire time I was trading, I don't know about you, but I found it quite difficult. Now, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the challenge of it, but finding profitable trading systems, whether you're looking at charts manually or doing statistical analysis, it can be a mental, emotional, and time-consuming exercise. But little did I know that my trading was about to take a dramatic turn for the better. I was attending the London Traders Expo and talking to a broker about what I was doing, and he told me that I needed to talk to an interesting guy in Spain. So I asked the broker to make an introduction, and when I went to the Spanish guy's website and used Google Translate, I got very excited. We began emailing back and forth, and I kept asking for a face-to-face meeting because I just thought to myself, I just have to meet this guy. And because I felt so strongly about that, I actually jumped on a plane to Alicante to meet him. Right, so this is where I'd like to introduce you to that interesting guy in Spain, Juan Almodovar. Now, Juan's story starts as a computer science student, when he read the book *The Misbehavior of Markets* by the father of chaos theory, Benoit Mandelbrot. Juan became inspired to use artificial intelligence to trade the markets, and so he started developing trading algorithms for non-technical traders. Now, since then, Juan has been featured in various trader-focused media and has taught hundreds of traders in Spain. And when I met Juan, we instantly clicked while talking about trading. And we both really believe that using AI to algorithmically trade would eliminate many of the challenges traders face, such as handling emotions and not knowing when your trading systems has lost its edge, to name a few. In my personal opinion, Juan had developed really, truly outstanding software he called Genbox, and he was teaching people how to be professional traders using this software. And Genbox blew my mind because it solves the number one problem I believe all of us traders have, and that is not enough consistency. It's my personal belief that having enough consistency is the holy grail of trading. But don't take my word for it. If you're familiar with Ray Dalio, he's the legendary hedge fund investor behind Bridgewater Associates, and he calls trading 20 plus uncorrelated alphas the holy grail of trading. To quote Dalio, with 15 to 20 good uncorrelated return streams, you can dramatically reduce your risks without reducing your expected returns. Dalio points out that most people have a mistaken understanding of diversification, and they choose different assets within the same asset class, believing this is enough to protect their portfolios. Now, Dalio goes on to say, and I quote, individual assets within an asset class are usually about 60% correlated with each other. So even if you think you're diversified, you're not. And Dalio's bottom line recommendation for building wealth is this: making a handful of good uncorrelated bets that are balanced and leveraged well is the surest way of having a lot of upside without being exposed to unacceptable downsides. And so this is the key to why I believe so many traders struggle to be profitable. Imagine discovering and then live trading 20 plus uncorrelated alphas at the same time can be very difficult to achieve for a retail trader. And I know that because I struggled very much to find that many uncorrelated alphas manually trading and using algorithmic trading systems. Additionally, alphas are moving targets and require ongoing research efforts to keep finding them as old trading systems lose their edge as the market evolves. Even if you are currently a profitable trader, you are probably narrow and deep in terms of your expertise, and you're probably trading a handful of somewhat correlated securities in the same market. Now, remember how I got excited when I met Juan? Well, I can be a persistent guy, and basically I kept hounding him to work together to translate Genbox and its training materials into English. And so I'm proud to discuss and present the English version of Genbox, which is our all-in-one trading solution. Genbox's unique AI trading engine has been in development since 2012 and has been designed by a team of mathematicians, computer scientists, and traders with one simple purpose: to empower traders by making trading as simple as possible by letting our proprietary AI engine do all the hard work. And with Genbox, you can automate alpha discovery, saving you hundreds of research hours. Analyze any securities time series, assuming that you have the open, high, low, close data for your security and your broker allows you to trade it. Honestly, it frees you up from having to be an expert in any particular security and allows you to trade any security you want. Additionally, Genbox automates your trading system programming, saving you from hours of work coding and bug testing your trading systems before going live. And lastly, Genbox trading systems have live edge loss detection, so your algorithm stops trading when it detects that it's lost its edge. I can't stress enough that Genbox is a professional tool that is being used right now by traders like you, and I can say that because I've got Genbox sitting next to me right now on another computer. So you might be wondering, what does Genbox actually look like? Well, here's a screenshot of Genbox discovering 11 different alpha generating trading systems for cable, the pound dollar pair. And this slide here shows an example of Genbox statistical analysis tools. And this graph shows the drawdown profile of this trading system's backtest. And this slide here is an example of Genbox's Monte Carlo cloud, which we use for defining a trading system's edge. So, on to requirements. Well, Genbox does require a decent Windows computer. Minimum requirements are Windows 10 or newer, an Intel i5 CPU or better, and 8 gigabytes of RAM. Now, Genbox performs extremely complex calculations when discovering trading systems, which does take time even with cutting-edge computers. So if you're using Genbox and start an exploration, please be patient. I promise it's worth the wait. Now, Genbox has been designed to currently work with MetaQuote's language 4 when automatically programming a trading system. So this means that Genbox uses MetaTrader 4, or MT4 for short, as its trading platform. So why MT4? If any of you are familiar, you might think it's old because it was released in 2005. In our opinion, MT4 is a shark, not a dinosaur. It has low system requirements when live trading. It has years of bug fixes, and so it is very reliable, and is one of the most widely supported trading platforms with brokers around the world. However, we do have a development roadmap to support all the other retail trading platforms such as MT5, TradeStation, and MultiCharts in the future. So, you might be saying to yourself, this sounds good, but the software looks complicated. Or maybe, I don't know if I could be a professional trader. I could tell you how much I truly believe in Genbox, but you still might ask, can I really use Genbox to get professional results? Now, this is where I'd like to introduce Carlos Puig. So, using Genbox and through our Spanish mentorship program, Carlos won the Robo-Trader competition in 2020, which was sponsored by BME, the Madrid Stock Exchange, which is the largest and most international of Spain's 4 regional stock exchanges. So you can see Carlos there on the podium accepting his reward, and just underneath him is a picture of the medal. And I'm happy to report that Carlos is now a mentor in the Spanish-speaking mentorship program. And frankly, if Carlos can do it with Genbox, then so can you. So now on to the business ends of things. How much do we price Genbox? Well, an annual license costs 3,000 euros. And with that, we provide extensive online training, a weekly live office hours webinar, and free technical support for issues relating specifically to software functionality. But for anything related to the creation of trading systems and how you develop your trading into a sustainable business, we offer a premium mentorship program for 200 euros a month. This is where I come to our attendee special offer. So, for a limited time, if you purchase a license by the 31st of July, we will give you 1 month free of our premium mentorship program. We believe in Genbox so much that we have a free demo that you can download from our website, and we provide a short online course that teaches you how to use Genbox to discover profitable trading systems yourself. This allows you to fully try Genbox out before making any purchasing decision with regards to a license. However, the demo does prevent you from saving your work or live trading any profitable trading systems you discover, which is unlocked once you purchase a license. Now, we really do care about the traders who use Genbox, and we are invested in your ongoing success. So we hope that you try out Genbox for yourself. So please download Genbox from our website, try it, go throughout the trading course, and we hope that you take us up on our offer for 1 month's free mentorship. With that, I'd like to close off the webinar, perhaps open up to any questions that people might have. If you do have any follow-up questions from this webinar, please do feel free to email me and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, so we see, can I use Genbox for Mac from Francisco Toledo? I hope I've pronounced that correctly. Forgive me if I haven't. So it won't be compatible with Mac OS. You're going to need to be able to have parallels, I believe, to have a Windows 10 or above license. And you should be able to run the software on your Mac using parallels. I hope that answers your question. Right, so Chiptune Sound asks, do you have any resources available on your website webpage to learn how the software works? Absolutely. So there's a very good short course on the procedures of what to look for in a profitable trading system, how to contrast the alphas that it discovers, because it really is remarkable, the software. Of course, I'm going to say that, but Genbox finds so many alpha generating trading systems. Your problem isn't, can I find a trading system? Your problem is, how do I sift through the results and find the real gems and the diamonds from all the alpha that is created with all of these trading systems? Let's see if there's any other. Chiptune agrees that MT4 is the best platform. Right. So I'm not sure if anyone has any more questions. Please don't be shy. Maybe give it a little bit longer. If anyone, yes, there is Anastasio Gonzalez, I hope I pronounced that correctly, asks if there's any free trial. Absolutely. There is a complete free trial of Genbox. The only thing that it stops you doing is saving your trading systems for live trading, because you do have to convert the research that you create into a saved system in order to live trade it. But you can run Genbox and on anything, preferably daily or 4-hourly time frame, and you'll be able to discover for yourself all of the alpha that it generates. It really is remarkable. Every time it's like Christmas when I run this thing on security, and it just discovers profitable trading systems. It really is a remarkable tool. So I hope that answered your question. Let's see. Right. Well, don't see any more questions at the moment. To all the attendees, really heartfelt thank you for attending and spending your precious time with me. If you have any follow-up questions, do feel free to send an email to me at isaac@genboxtrading.com, and I'll do my best to answer you shortly. So I guess with that, we'll wrap it up. Hopefully everyone's going to the website now and downloading a demo. And thank you very much, everyone, for your time.